be me, 27. Structural engineer. Life is grids, load-bearing walls, and safety coefficients. Everything has a place, everything has a tolerance limit. Meet her at a demolition site I'm supervising. Not inside the fence, outside. She's standing on a concrete barrier, eating a sandwich, watching the wrecking ball like it's a ballet performance. She looks completely out of place. Oversized knit sweater, sleeves too long, messy bun that looks like it's held together by hope and a single pencil. Soft face, eyes huge, distracted. She looks like she got lost on the way to a library. Walk over to tell her she's too close to the dust zone. Expect her to be startled. She isn't. She turns her head slowly. The fulcrum is wrong, she says. Voice is quiet, melodic, like wind chimes in a storm. Blink. Excuse me. She points at the crane with a half-eaten crust. The angle of impact. He's wasting kinetic energy. If he hits 3 degrees lower, the structural integrity fails faster. Stare at her. Stare at the crane. Crane hits. Wall crumbles exactly as she predicted. Look back at her. She's chewing contentedly. I like when things fall down, she says. It's honest. Brain labels her as eccentric but harmless. A physics student, maybe, or an artist. You should move back, I say. Safety regulations. She hops down. Graceful, surprisingly athletic for someone drowning in wool. Okay, she says. Smiles. It's a devastating smile. Warm, slightly crooked. I'm Lena. Mark. Nice to meet you, Mark. Your tie is crooked. She reaches out. Fixes it. Her hands are rough, calloused. Not student hands. Not artist hands. Better, she whispers. Walks away before I can process the contact. Smell of vanilla and rust. Strange combination. Go back to work. Can't focus on the blueprints. The math feels boring now. See her again 3 days later. Coffee shop near the site. She's in a corner booth, surrounded by paper, not textbooks. Maps. Old, physical blueprints of the city. She's tracing a line with a red marker. Intense focus. She looks up as I order. Waves. Tiny motion. Walk over. Planning an invasion. I joke. She covers the map casually with a napkin. Just a hike, she says. In the city has mountains too, she replies. They're just made of steel. She gestures to the empty seat. Sit. You look like you've been arguing with a contractor. I have. Sit down. Sigh. Concrete pour was delayed. She nods sympathetically. Curing times are fickle. Humidity's up today. She knows about curing times. What do you do, Lena? She takes a sip of something that looks like pure chocolate. I find things, she says. What kind of things? Quiet things. Forgotten things. Vague. So, unemployed. I tease. She laughs. A bright, genuine sound. Something like that? I'm a consultant for spatial awareness. Sounds made up. Don't care. We talk for an hour. She listens with an intensity that is unnerving, like she's memorizing my cadence, my pauses. You're rigid, she observes. I'm precise. I correct. Precision is just rigidity with a purpose. She counters. You need to bend, Mark. Buildings don't bend, they collapse. She leans in, eyes glittering. Skyscrapers sway in the wind, Mark. If they didn't, they'd snap. Flexibility is strength. She touches my hand. Just for a second, you should come with me sometime. Hiking? Sure, hiking. Exchange numbers. Leave feeling lighter. Brain warning light flickers. She is too comfortable, too observant. Ignore it. She's just nice. Time skip, first date. She texts me coordinates, not an address, GPS coordinates. Wear comfortable shoes, no suit. Drive to the location. It's an industrial park. 9 p.m. Deserted. Streetlights buzzing. Feel like I'm in a horror movie intro. See her car? An old, beat-up station wagon. She's leaning against it. Black leggings. Black hoodie. Boots that look tactical. She looks less like a teacher now, more like a cat burglar. You came, she says, sounding surprised. I like structure, I say. You gave me coordinates. That's data. She grins, hands me a pair of gloves. Put these on. Why? Rust, she says. And fingerprints. Pause. Lena, are we committing a crime? She laughs. Trespassing is a gray area. If you don't break anything, she leads me to a fence, chain link, 10 feet high. We're going up, she says, pointing at a decommissioned grain silo. Why? Because the view is honest. She climbs the fence. Fast, fluid, no wasted movement. She sits on the top, looks down, coming. My brain says no, my body says yes. I climb, clumsy, suit-wearing muscles protesting. She helps me over, strong grip. Surprisingly strong. We walk across a dark lot to the silo. There's a rusty ladder. Trust the welds, she says. I checked them yesterday. You scouted this. I scout everything, she replies. We climb, higher. Wind picks up, city lights spread out below. Reach the top platform. My heart is hammering. Adrenaline, fear. She walks to the edge, sits down, legs dangling over a 100-foot drop. Sit, she commands. I sit. Far back. Look, she points. The city is a grid of light. Traffic is red and white veins. You see chaos, she says. I see flow. It's beautiful, I admit. It's quiet, she corrects. Up here, nobody wants anything from you. You're just existing. She pulls a thermos out of her small backpack. Tea? You brought tea? Up a grain silo? Priorities, Mark. She pours into the lid, hands it to me. Jasmine. Hot. Perfect. We sit in silence. She hums a tune. Off key? It's endearing. Do you do this often? I ask. Every night, she says. Different rooftops. Different bridges. Why me? She turns. Moonlight hits her face. She looks soft again. Harmless. Because you looked like you were drowning in gravity, she says. Thought you needed some elevation. She reaches out. Adjusts my collar. You're still tense. I'm on a rusty metal grate 100 feet in the air. The grate is fine. It's 3/4-inch steel mesh, rated for 500 pounds per square foot. Blink. How do you know that? I read manuals, she says innocently. I like knowing what holds me up. We finish the tea. Climb down. She drives me back to my car. Good game, she says. Game. Life. Tonight. The climb. She leans over, kisses my cheek. Soft lips. Smells like ozone and jasmine. Text me when you're safe. I'm always safe. I live in a condo with a doorman. She smiles. Cryptic. Safety is an illusion, Mark. But doormen are nice. Watch her drive away. Realize I don't know her last name, or her job, or why she moves like a special ops agent. Go home. Can't sleep. The ceiling looks too low. Time skip. 2 weeks later. We've been on 3 more hikes. An abandoned factory. The roof of a luxury hotel. Accessed via a service elevator she knew the code for. Under a bridge. She is consistent. Gentle. Brings snacks. Asks about my day. Listens to me vent about building codes. Then she teaches me how to pick a padlock. It's just tension and feedback, she explains. Sitting on my living room floor, tools spread out on the coffee table. Like talking to a person. You apply pressure, find the binding point and click. I try. Fail. She guides my hands. Her fingers are warm. Feel that? She whispers. The tiny resistance. Click. The lock opens. Rush of satisfaction. Good, she praises. Like training a dog. Why do you know this? I ask. She shrugs. I lost my keys a lot as a kid. Lie. Blatant lie. But she smiles, and I let it slide. She makes dinner. Simple pasta. Tastes amazing. You have good knives, she comments, but they're dull. I sharpened them while you were in the shower. Check the knife block. They are razor sharp. She sharpened 5 knives in 10 minutes. Thanks, I say. Maintenance is love, she replies. We watch a movie. She falls asleep on my shoulder, drools a little, totally disarming. I look at her hands, scars, small, faded white lines on her knuckles. Who are you? Don't ask. Just enjoy the weight of her. Time skip. A month in, things are good, normal, except for the B&E dates. No possible B&E dates. One night, I'm at her place. First time. Expecting a messy apartment. It's minimal. Extreme minimalism. No clutter. Everything is white or grey. One plant, a cactus. Low maintenance, she explains. There's a computer rig in the corner. 4 monitors. Gaming, I ask. Simulations, she says. I like puzzles. She goes to the kitchen. Tea or wine, wine, wine. She opens a bottle. No corkscrew. Just pops the cork with a knife and a quick tap. Physics, she says before I can ask. We sit on the couch. I have a surprise, she says. Another roof? No, a test. Stomach drops. What kind of test? She pulls out a small box, places it on the table. It's a clear plastic puzzle box. Inside is a key. My spare apartment key, she says. If you want it, you have to get it out. Look at the box. Complex maze mechanism. Is this a metaphor? Everything is a metaphor, Mark. Also, it's a level 4 logic puzzle. I pick it up. Engineer brain activates. I see the path. Rotate, slide, tilt. 5 minutes. Click. Box opens. Take the key. Hold it up. She's watching me. Eyes dark, dilated. Fast, she murmurs. You understand structure. I told you. I'm an engineer. She takes the key from my hand. Puts it on my keychain. Pass, she says, leans in, kisses me. Deeper than before. Urgent. Pulls away. Now tie me up. Brain freezes. Rebooting what? She hands me a length of silk rope she produced from nowhere. I trust you, she says. Show me your knots. You're an engineer. You know about tension. Lena, I build bridges, not build a bridge around me, she whispers. Make me safe. Make me stay. Realization hits. This isn't just this is her version of a hug. She wants containment. She's always moving, climbing, breaking in. She wants to be held down. I take the rope. Okay. I use standard load-bearing knots, bow lines, hitches. She watches, fascinated, technical. She approves. Very secure. When I'm done, she can't move her arms. She sighs. A long, shuddering exhale. Shoulders drop. She looks completely at peace. Thank you, she whispers. For what? For holding the weight. We spend the night like that. Me reading a book aloud, her bound on the couch, head in my lap, listening. Most bizarrely wholesome experience of my life. Next morning, she's untied. She got out herself while I was sleeping, apparently. Making pancakes. Blueberry, she says. Eat up. You have a meeting at 9. How do you know my schedule? I saw your calendar on your phone. My phone is password protected. She just smiles. Flips a pancake. 1, 2, 3. 4 is not a password, Mark. It's a cry for help. Blush. Change password immediately. She laughs. Time skip. 3 months. I'm deep in it. I know she's not normal. I know she probably has a file somewhere in a government basement, but she buys me specialized ergonomic socks, and she remembers my mother's birthday, and she taught me how to walk silently. Roll from heel to toe, she said. Absorb the floor. Don't strike it. I catch myself doing it at the office, sneaking up on interns by accident. Jesus, Mark, you're like a ghost. Smirk. Efficiency. One Tuesday. Rainstorm. Come home late. Soaking wet. Find her in my kitchen. She has a key now. The one I won. She's not cooking. She's stitching up her own arm, sitting on the counter, first aid kit open, needle and thread, gash on her forearm, deep. She's calm. Too calm. Hey, she says, don't freak out. Drop my briefcase. Lena, what the hell? Slip, she says. Rusty pipe. Rooftop in the shipyard. Rush over. We need a hospital. No, no hospitals. Names, records, questions. I'm fine. She ties off the stitch, snips the thread with her teeth. See? Clean stare at her. Fear turns to anger. You could have died. Unlikely. It missed the artery by 4 millimeters. You measured? I know my anatomy. She hops down, winces slightly. I'm sorry I bled on your counter. I'll bleach it. Grab her shoulders. Stop. Stop acting like you're a machine. You're hurt. She looks at me. Confusion. Then softening. I'm not a machine, Mark. Machines don't make mistakes. What are you? The question hangs in the air. She sighs, leans her forehead against my chest. I'm a retrieval specialist, she mumbles. Retired, mostly. Thief? Acquisitioner? Sometimes people lose things. Sometimes people have things they shouldn't. I fix the balance. And tonight was a favor for an old friend. It went sideways. She looks up, vulnerable for the first time. Really vulnerable. Not the look at my soft sweater act. Fear in her eyes. Fear that I'll leave. Are you going to arrest me? She jokes weakly. I'm a structural engineer, Lena. I don't arrest people. I pull her into a hug. Careful of the arm. I'm going to make you soup. She blinks. Soup? Yes? And then I'm going to bandage that properly. Your stitching is messy. She laughs. Wet sound. It's functional. It's structurally unsound. The tension is uneven. Okay, she whispers. Okay, we eat soup. I redress her wound. She watches my hands. You're steady, she says. I have to be. I like that. The world is so shaky. I'm your anchor, I say. Cheesy. She doesn't cringe, she nods. Yes. Heavy. Good. Time skip. The dynamic shifts. No more secrets about hikes. She tells me when she's going out, scouting a warehouse. Low risk. Testing a bank's perimeter sensors. Contract job. Legal-ish. I stay home. I worry. But I trust her skills. She always comes back. Usually with a gift. I found this gargoyle chip on the ground. I brought you a very specific type of industrial screw you mentioned liking. I stole a pen from the bank manager's desk. Just to prove I could. One night, I'm working late at the office. 2 a.m. Everyone else is gone. Building is locked down. Security badge, access only. Hear a noise in the vent. Look up. Ceiling tile moves. Lena drops down, lands silently on my carpet, wearing full black tactical gear, night vision goggles pushed up on her forehead. Hi, she says. Lena, how did you get in? This is a secure facility. She scoffs. Please. Your HVAC intake is oversized, and the pressure sensors have a 3-second lag. Child's play. Why are you here? She holds up a paper bag. Thai food. You missed dinner. You broke into a corporate high-rise to bring me pad thai and to test your new security upgrade. I give it a C-. She pulls up a chair, opens the food. Also, I missed you. Stare at her. The absurdity of it. The danger. The absolute domesticity. You're insane. I say. I'm devoted. She corrects. Eat your noodles. We eat. She critiques my office feng shui. Too many sightlines. A sniper could take you out from 3 different buildings. I'm an engineer, Lena. Nobody wants to snipe me. You never know. Corporate espionage is real. She leaves through the front door. I hacked your badge reader on the way in. It'll let me out. Wave goodbye to the security camera. She probably realize I'm completely in love with this lunatic. Time skip. Vacation. We go to a cabin in the mountains. Her idea. Off-grid, she says. No signals. No cameras. We drive up. It's beautiful. Quiet. She is different here. Less scanning. Shoulders down. She wears normal clothes. Jeans. Flannels. We hike. Normal hiking. On trails. She still moves silently. Can't help it. Points out traps that aren't there. That branch would make a good snare. Thanks, honey. Nighttime. Fire ply-ups. We're drinking wine. She looks at me. Serious. Mark? Yeah? I'm thinking of retiring. For real. Pause. Why? She looks at the fire. Because the rush isn't working anymore. What do you mean? I used to need the danger to feel quiet inside. The focus made the noise stop. She turns to me. Now, I just feel quiet with you. The danger feels loud. Unnecessary. Heart swells. That sounds like a good structural adjustment, I say. She smiles. I want to open a locksmith shop or a security consultancy, legal. Boring is good. Will you be bored? She asks. Fear again. If I'm not scaling walls, will you still look at me like that? Like what? Like I'm a puzzle you're solving. Laugh. Take her hand. Lena, you're not a puzzle. You're a load-bearing wall. I need you to keep the roof up. She tears up, wipes it away angrily. That's so nerdy. It's romantic in my language. It is, she admits. Climbs into my lap. Okay, retirement. But I'm keeping the lockpicks. Fair. And we still climb things. Recreational climbing. Deal. And you have to let me tie you up sometimes. Negotiable. She grins. Wicked. I didn't bring the rope. I brought handcuffs. You said we were going off-grid. I like to be prepared. Time skip. 2 years later, we're married. Small ceremony. She wore white, but she had a lockpick set in her garter. Something old, something new, something useful, she reasoned. We run a business together, Fortress Consulting. I do the structural reinforcement. She does the penetration testing. She breaks in, I fix the hole. Perfect loop. Perfect loop. I'm home one evening. House is quiet. Too quiet. Instinct kicks in. She taught me well. I drop my bag. Shift weighted balls of feet. Move silently down the hall. Check corners. Hear a noise in the nursery. We don't have a kid yet. Just a room we're painting. Push the door open. She's there. Sitting on the floor. Surrounded by unopened boxes of crib parts. She looks frustrated. Hair wild. Holding a screwdriver like a weapon. Enemy contact. I ask softly. She jumps. Jesus, Mark. You scared me. I'm rolling heel to toe. I taught you too well. She points at the instructions. This makes no sense. The schematics are garbage. The tolerance on these bolts is laughable. Smile. Walk over. Sit beside her. It's just a crib, Lena. It's not a bank vault. It's more important than a bank vault, she mutters. It has to be safe. What if the drop side mechanism fails? What if the slat spacing is a millimeter off? Realize she's terrified, not of the assembly, of the purpose. Hey, I say, take the screwdriver. We'll reinforce it. Custom bolts. Loctite. I'll run the stress analysis myself. She looks at me, eyes wide. You will? Safety factor of 10. Nothing is getting in or out of this thing unless we want it to. She exhales, leans on me. Okay, good. Rub her back. You're pregnant? She nods against my shoulder. The test was positive. I hacked the results early. Of course you did. I'm scared, Mark. I don't know how to be a mother. I only know how to hide and break things. Kiss the top of her head. Smell of paint and vanilla. You know how to protect, I say. And you know how to nurture. You kept that cactus alive for 3 years. The cactus is low maintenance. Babies are high maintenance. We like maintenance, I remind her. Maintenance is love. She sniffles, laughs. Yeah, okay. She picks up a bolt. We're going to need better steel than this zinc-plated crap. I'll call the supplier tomorrow. And sensors. I want a pressure mat. Maybe just a baby monitor first. She looks at me. Dangerous glint returns. Mark, yes? We're building a fortress. We're building a family, Lena. She smiles. Soft, radiant, same thing. We sit there on the floor, surrounded by parts. The woman who can scale a skyscraper in 4 minutes. The man who measures life in grids. And a pile of cheap wood that's about to become the most over-engineered crib in history. Life is chaotic, but the foundation is solid. And for the first time, I don't need a blueprint to know it's going to stand. Be me. Happy.